If we zoom in on the bottom grid, we'll see a ton of little electrons just chilling. They do this because there's an insulator in between the two grids, so the electrons are kind of stuck. They really have no choice but to chill. And because these electrons aren't moving, they generate a negative electric field, which causes the top layer to store a ton of positive charges. This, my young Padawan learners, is what we call a capacitor. It builds an electric field, and it's used in a ton of stuff. So if you were to put something that conducts electricity close to this capacitor, like a hot dog, it messes up the electric field. This changes the amount of positive charge on that top layer. Now keep in mind, your phone knows exactly how much charge is supposed to be on each top diamond. So the processor in your phone does the math and says, yo, there's a change in charge on diamond X50Y173. Then the chip in your phone will look at what's displayed on X50Y173, and if clicking there is supposed to do something, meaning if you tap right here, nothing happens. But if you tap right here, your phone matches it up with what's on the screen and subscribes to this. Okay, but why do touchscreens work with fingers and hot dogs, but not gloves? Also, why does your touchscreen act all weird when your hands are wet? It's because, like I said before, your finger and a hot dog conduct electricity. That means when you put your finger near your phone screen, the electricity from the capacitor literally runs through your finger, and that's what makes the change in charge. A glove, however, is an insulator, meaning electricity ignores it, so there's no change in charge. Then you might say, but what about water? Water conducts electricity, and that's true. The problem is when your hands are wet, the water activates at multiple points at the same time, and your phone just kind of gets confused. All right, so we have some glass, the clear magic electricity stuff, but what about the screen itself? The colors, how does that work? Step 3. Display. Everyone thinks they know how pixels work, and they probably do. Basically, if you zoom in on your screen really close, you'll see something called a pixel. Each pixel is made up of 3 baby pixels that are either red, green, or blue. On top of each baby pixel is a dimmer. So if you want this pixel to be the color red, you'd completely dim green and blue. If you want the color purple, you'd dim green completely and do 50% red, 50% blue. If you want white, you'd do them all at 100%. Basically, these 3 colors can make any color, and because you have millions of pixels, you can make any image. Jit crazy after all, eh? Anyway, that's gonna cost you 1 subscribe, and the McDonald's kiosk is gonna ask you a few questions.